Yes, sir, Ski.
Welcome.
And we
Another
are
episode.
back. Listen, what's this, episode 6? This episode
Five?
6? Nah, I'm pretty sure it's episode 6. Listen, man, we're back. It's episode 6,
Episode
man.
6.
Free Jams Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I got my co-host Kamal with me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here, but formerly known by name as. Eventually, I'm gonna change that to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know yet. I'm still working on a name because I'm gonna start a stage name. I'm gonna start a rap career, you know what I'm saying? But I'm obviously joking because the niggas ever took me serious. I'd be offended. But what's going on, man? How you feeling, Cinco?
I'm great. A lot of good things going on, so I'm excited. Very excited.
Matter of fact, I gotta bring this up. 'Cause I just remember I had this shirt on. It reminded me, yo, bro. Not to start off on a bad note, but man, rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, bro. Did you hear about that shit, bro?
I woke up to that. I thought it was a
Yo,
joke,
bro, I saw that
RIP.
shit first thing in the morning yesterday. Yo, bro, when I tell you,
I can't believe that.
I ain't gonna lie, I dead cried.
Yo, me too. No
I
cap.
dead sat there and cried, but I cried like as if I knew him.
Yeah, I was like,
for like a whole 3 minutes, like a real hard cry, like. That shit, yo, and all I could think about was his mom.
he was about to turn 25. He just got married last year.
Think about that shit, bro. This nigga went his whole life being the superstar athlete to then pass away so tragically, so out of nowhere.
And while he's with all his teammates working out in Florida.
Right, doing the right thing.
Exactly. Doing the right thing. Ain't like he was doing something, you know.
25 years old, man. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins.
Not even 2 weeks away from 25.
That's fucking
24
crazy.
years old.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit fucked me up yesterday.
Yo,
I literally had
short.
to gather myself together, wash my face, and I was like, yo, bro, did I just break down like that?
Yo, I really
but
thought it was
just hit me. It just
I thought it was
hit
a
hard.
lie. Like, you know how like there'd be fake Twitter accounts?
Nah,
like,
I thought it was a joke. Report on that shit.
Yes,
I knew it was real.
I thought it was like Adam Schefter. You know how they be doing that with them fake? Nah.
But yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. That shit fucked me up. But
your life is short, bro. Enjoy, for real.
Shit.
Enjoy. Do what you want to do in this life, cause you know.
Yeah, for real, man. The good die young. That shit is such a real quote. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, how? Like, why? Like that shit fucks me up. But
and then it's so eerie to see somebody's story still up.
Right.
You know, see that his story was still up. I'm like
practicing and doing shit on Instagram.
I'm like, yo, it's really mind-boggling to me. You know, rest in peace to the Haskins. I mean, my condolences to the Haskins family. And
yeah,
everything,
I don't know how they gonna cope with that. That's fucking ill, man. I be thinking about that shit. Made me feel so. I literally was sitting there crying, bro, asking why, screaming why in my room, like, bro, it was weird. But I was asking why, like, why am I alive? Like, why are we alive? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? People reach such great heights to just be out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Like, fuck.
It's just
that shit hurts because it make you humble. Like, fuck. Like, man, this life shit ain't sweet.
Don't take it for granted. For real, you really cannot take this life for granted.
That's why it's so important to just go do what you want to do, bro.
Absolutely.
Because any moment this shit will be gone, or any moment life will flash before you, and 60 years forward, and man, it's a whole different world. Like you everything went past you.
And then it's one experience that could really change your life forever. As far as you know, once something tragic like this happens, everybody looks at it like, wow, life is so short. But then after they forget about it, they move on 2 weeks later like it's nothing happened.
Yeah,
and they don't even keep it permeating in their minds.
I don't even be afraid of the thought of dying. I'd be more afraid of the thought of being forgotten.
That's
what fucks me up. Like when I think about shit, I'll be like, damn, bro, I haven't thought about this person that passed like 7 years ago. I haven't thought about them in like almost a year or two. And it'll completely go past you. Like you won't even remember that this person passed. You'll be like, that's fucked up. Like that's why I want to make sure like we build this platform.
I want to make an impact on this world, bro.
Exactly.
Seriously.
I need some street names named after me or something, man, because I need to make sure this shit lasts. Like that's even down to my son's name, Legacy. It's the reason why is because it's like this life is about leaving a legacy behind. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. If you can impact one person, then you made it. You're still living. You impacted that person's life so much that they're carrying on your legacy. They're carrying on what you stood for. They carry on what you know.
Think about people that are named like that have like scholarships named after them, like Bridges and Roads. Bro, that's gonna last forever. Like, and that person can forever be like, yo, I got through school because of the Kamal Kendrick Foundation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is beautiful.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's something I aspire to for sure. Like I definitely aspire to get to that level where I'm handing out. Like I can physically change people's lives. Like LeBron, the reason why LeBron's the GOAT, he's one of the greatest people of all time.
Oh, absolutely. It transcends basketball for me.
I was talking about it.
That.
I'm like LeBron is like he's like a modern day like Muhammad Ali / Michael Jordan / like he has so many hats he wears. Like, bro, this nigga's a real community activist.
He really in the community that he grew up in.
Once I see this man build a high school, I say, yeah, he's different.
Really different.
He's doing shit that Jordan would have never did. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that Jordan ain't give back to the community, but LeBron's so on a different level.
So with the community, the activism, I commend him. You know, when you're think about it. When you're the face of a whole sport, so many people want to see you fall.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when you're
and that's the thing. Niggas like LeBron, that's why I really give him his credit at. Bro, he's 38. He been famous since he was 15, 16. Yo, bro, at no point has this nigga fucked up.
Yo.
Name me one bad thing LeBron did.
He
like,
the model citizen, married his high school sweetheart.
Granted, Nike's making sure a lot of that shit is under the table.
But still, nah. He has not one.
Not one blemish, bro. He
heard of him
ain't
getting a speeding ticket?
He ain't never got a speeding ticket. He ain't never got smoking weed. He ain't never cheated on his wife. He ain't never had a secret kid somewhere.
No scandals, no nothing. The cleanest man ever.
But I'm jacking Nike definitely. You know what I'm saying? Phil Knight and them niggas not playing. But he show his image is clean. But it's like, bro, not only does he have that going for him, bro, the I Promise school, bro, that shit fucked me up so much, bro. He literally handed out bicycles for the kids who lived too far that needed a ride to school. They gave out free bicycles, and the whole first graduating class, he paid for all their college tuition.
All their college tuition.
Like,
I knew that.
what?
Yo.
What?
That is absolutely amazing.
The amount of lives that he's impacted, and he's in urban communities where a lot of people are first generation college students. So
literally,
it's like he literally paves the way, and
the impact. The legacy of LeBron beyond basketball is going to be
right. That's what I've been touching. I haven't named one championship yet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. We're not even talking about basketball.
Right. The basketball shit is great, but the shit he's doing outside
of basketball is. And while you're in the height in your career, a lot of the times you'll see a lot of people do it after their career's over. He's in the trenches while also one of the greatest players.
Right, while also having to be completely conscious of everything around him and being paranoid because he don't know who's trying to take a picture and catch him slipping this and that. That's why he's so transparent. He has the uninterrupted podcast where like you hear him talk and it's like, oh, LeBron
he's really legit.
Okay. He's not like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady come off as like a movie character. No,
LeBron's a real nigga. Like legit,
he's a regular nigga. Like,
but the way he be talking, I'm like, wow, he's a regular nigga.
Yeah, I love that shit about him because like he can still be the forefront of a brand and giant billion-dollar corporations like Nike and the NBA and still be him and still has
his personality and and think about the people he's helped. Think about the people who he's helped who grew up with him.
Bro, honestly, LeBron gave me the idea because after I seen LeBron, what's his man's name? Rich Paul. Oh my God, yo, bro. Ever since for like the last 5 years, so I got the secret.
Rich Paul is amazing.
Listen. We about to go to DR, Dominican Republic, and Cuba. We gonna start these baseball camps and we gonna start a fucking factory with these niggas. Listen to me, because these motherfuckers is down. Listen, what I realize is, man, if you want to go get the bag, you gotta go wherever the most bag is moving at one time. Like, look at these NFL contracts. How many people you hear about getting this 4-year, $100 million here? 5 years, $400 million for like niggas like Patrick Mahomes and shit. These baseball players, these basketball players, they're all getting max deals, bro. There's an agent making 15% on that.
On the back end, off rip.
I think about like when like LeBron signed that $1 billion Nike deal, and I'm like, hold on, nigga, 15% of $1 billion is $150 million.
$150 million.
Like, what? You just cut somebody? What? How many figures is that? 11 figures or something? 12 figures? Like, bro, what? That's fucking ridiculous. I think that's if I'm not mistaken, that's 9 figures. 9 figures. What? Bruh, in one move, literally one play, 150 M's. This way, I need to get into that sports
he's
agency,
on the back.
Bro.
Guess what? He's on the back end, and his name's not. He's only
that nigga ain't make one layup.
No,
that's why I fuck with Rich Paul.
It's a whole industry that people don't even realize is there.
But and shout out to their conglomerate because they literally grew up together.
That's what I'm saying.
And LeBron knew he spotted who he was.
That's what I was talking about.
You 5'8", you can't bowl. You gonna do this?
This is your lane. Boom. This is your lane here.
And that's why
Maverick. This is your lane.
I want to be able to get put into that position
to where
moving forward, especially with building this YouTube building this whole YouTube page and you know what I'm saying, building this company. I'm really trying to make this shit grow. So not only that we can afford to put people into positions, but also we can afford to do things for people that you know what I'm saying wouldn't be possible.
Creating that cash cow. That's what we're doing right now.
Hell yeah.
Creating that base.
It's just the beginning though, for sure. Like I was just thinking because we just dropped the first episode. You know what I'm saying? I would say go check that out, but by now this is episode 6, so I wouldn't even make sense. So we just dropped the first episode. We've gotten good feedback, man. We
gotten a lot of wonderful feedback.
Yeah, we love the feedback. We need all the comments to be flooded with whatever ideas y'all want us to talk about, whatever topics, you know what I'm saying? And don't forget to hit our DMs. Don't ever be too shy to, you know what I'm saying, DM us straight up personally or to the Free Gems Podcast Instagram, which is up now too. You know what I
mean? And like we were talking about before, if you have any brands or anything, let us know. You know, any small businesses, let us know. You know, we definitely, you know, right now we're doing everything for the love.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there was a bunch of topics I've been getting sent too. People wanted me to talk so much.
Same.
We definitely got
literally while we were on the way here, people were sending me stuff, but I didn't get it.
We shared the Instagram, so I know exactly what DM you saw.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I know exactly what DM you saw. But shout out to everybody that is reaching out. But I mean, we definitely got to get into topics. But like, I want to talk about relationships and shit. With, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I can't talk to this nigga about relationships because my whole life I don't remember the last time this nigga ever had a full-time relationship. I was like, that's never been your thing. Like, and that's always been interesting to me too, because it's like you've always been low key, like always been low key, just been moving around how you move around. It's like, how does this nigga never have to put a title on nothing? I'm like, what the fuck does this nigga be doing?
Yo, listen,
I'm like, this nigga is a fucking sneaky. You really be moving like Ghost from Power. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like,
I don't even watch Power, so I can't. I don't even know what that
this nigga
means.
just say you don't watch Power. That's tough.
Nah, I don't watch Power, bro.
Yeah. How for real? I ain't gonna lie. I watched the first 3 seasons, and I realized that shit had a hold on my brain, and I stopped watching TV completely. Like that, I don't watch series. I don't watch TV.
No, me, bro.
I
Listen,
watch a movie. I got an
I ain't
hour
gonna
and a
lie.
half.
I watch. Listen, I watch movies. I watch anime. I watch Marvel.
You watch anime too still? That's what's up.
That's what I watch, bro.
I realize a lot of grown people are
cap.
into that shit. Like I know 40-year-olds that are coming to get tattoos of anime, and I'm like, what are you?
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? I didn't want to judge them. And it's like, nah, this is like a real thing. Like people be talking about this shit like it's a religion.
And the thing is, like, people always talk to me about series, like, oh, you should watch this. This is good. And guess what? I believe them. I believe them too well. But once I'm into something, I'm into something. You feel me? Like, there's so many series and stuff I know that I would like. I just don't watch them.
Nah, I can't do it because honestly, whenever it is, I realized. All right, so boom, the first time I watched Power, I was like, it was already like season 2, so I never even watched the first season. I turned on the first episode, yo, bro. I swear to God, I sat there and watched 11 episodes in a row. Literally, I took this shit on at like 11 at night. I didn't go to sleep till 10 a.m. watching Power. I'm talking about I might have not got up, take a piss, nothing. I went to sleep, woke up, yo. I shit you not. I canceled the next day worth of tattoos so I could watch Power. I said, nah, this shit got a different kind of hold on me. And then after season 2, it was like, I realized there was no more season. And I'm like, but I want to watch more. And then it was like, nah, you got to wait till July.
Nah, son, none of that. Nah, I ain't doing that.
I'm like, nah, something like this cannot have this kind of control over me. Like, I was really upset. Like, genuinely upset that I couldn't watch the rest of the shit.
Yeah, it's funny because last night, actually, somebody was like, oh, do you watch Snowfall? I'm like,
yeah, can't.
Nah,
I can't afford to.
I can't watch Snowfall.
I can't afford to.
But I understand how they felt. Like, I'd be so excited to tell somebody a reference and they don't understand. I'd be so hurt. So I felt the hurt with them, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't watch it. I know I heard. Listen, I know I would like it. I heard it's a good show. It's just I don't know.
My favorite shit is documentaries. I ain't gonna lie. I can always watch documentaries. Ain't that educational? I could watch all the time.
I love documentaries as well. That's another thing I watch. Yo, the ID Discovery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, all I watch is informational shit. If I'm not watching stand-up, I'm low-key like a stand-up connoisseur, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
okay.
I watch all and every stand-up.
I like stand-up, too.
Like, I watch shit that you would never think I'm watching. Like, I'm watching Ali Wong and fucking all types of, like, just people you would never expect me to be watching. Bill Burr's one of my favorite comedians. You know what I'm saying?
Word?
What? Shout out to Bill Burr. Motherfucking Tom Segura. Dog. He's a fucking beast. Tom Segura, of course, Dave, Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know, we didn't even touch on the Chris Rock, Will Smith situation because we were so caught up talking about me getting stomped out.
Yo, nah. That took up the whole episode.
We didn't bring that shit up at all, yo. Listen to me. Yo, Will fucking Smith. Jesus Christ. He's taking more of an L now, too. Niggas keep talking about
10
it.
years?
I don't know. What happened in 10 years? Inform me, because I don't be paying attention.
Listen.
I literally run away from gossip on the internet. Like, I'm like, I don't want to know about this. Like, I see it.
Allegedly, they banned him from the Oscars for 10 years.
Oh, that's tough. But I mean, he only won one. You know what I thought about literally yesterday? How the fuck did 3 6 Mafia get an Oscar before Will Smith, nigga?
O's from O's to Oscars. That's a great tape. I ain't gonna lie. From O's to Oscars.
Yo, shout out 3 6, bro. 3 6 Mafia, Juicy J, and listen, Juicy J and DJ Paul have an Oscar. Crunchy Black has an Oscar.
But listen, before Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson don't got an Oscar yet?
I think he just won his first.
Get the fuck out.
I believe so.
Oh, I did hear that.
I believe he just won his first.
That's disrespectful. Yo. What? Nah, bro. What?
That's great. Yo, and these are pioneers. You feel me?
What movie was it for? Honorary Oscar.
I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. Honorary Oscar.
Yeah, that sounds trash. That sounds like you got an asterisk.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that sounds like a participation trophy.
Yeah, I'm not jacking.
I ain't gonna lie.
So you telling me my son Samuel just got his first
participation Oscar? Like, you've been so good for so long, you don't have an Oscar, so we're gonna give you an Oscar? Is that what it was? That's what. Wow.
Honorary Oscar. Yo, take this shit back.
I ain't gonna lie.
The fuck?
That's tough.
That's
well deserved. Well deserved, but like, how?
Nah.
How, Sway?
Halfway.
Nah, hold on. I'm really fucked up over that. Samuel L. Jackson just won. Bro, that nigga's been in every movie. If there's a black character in the movie, he's over 40. It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Legit.
Bro, do you remember Samuel Jackson was a Juice? The fuck
I know.
He's in every Star Wars. How the fuck do you do Juice Star Wars? He's in every fucking Quentin Tarantino film. Somehow he throws him in there. Literally. Like the nigga was in he was in
Django.
Jackie Brown. Oh, Django. Yeah, he was in Django. He did his thing in Django. Django was fucking tough. I watched that shit like.
That was a great.
I watched that movie
films.
like twice a month. I ain't gonna lie. We just clown. You having that shit playing in the background.
Yeah, that's a good
You gonna throw on Jamie Foxx running around in this Crip Blue uniform, just knocking niggas down. Like that shit was fire though. That's a classic right there.
Wow. So yeah, Juicy J, Project Pat.
Definitely
not Project Pat, not Project Pat. DJ Paul.
Quickly to touch on the subject, yeah, Will, you tripped out. I understand, because at the end of the day, you just felt some type of way. And sometimes, play as fuck up. Play as fuck up.
Yeah, it was just a nigga moment.
Yeah,
that was a nigga moment.
He had a Boondocks nigga moment.
Nigga moment, for real. That's exactly.
That nigga lost it. Nah, bro, he dead lost it. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually, it was cringy to watch stuff at first. I ain't gonna lie. At first, it dead hit me like, that's not good. Like, but then it was funny afterwards. It was like, it's funny, because it was like, this nigga really just did that. Like, he really just ran up and smacked fire out of it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fake.
I thought it was fake too.
When I seen the thumbnail and I seen this nigga cocking back from back here, I'm like, there's no way that's real.
The hand of God.
Like, it wasn't even a cock back here. His hand was here.
No. Yo, he went from here to here.
Yeah,
yo, his hips just boom.
Nah, my son definitely been training. He been ready to smack the shit out of nigga. Like that was a.
Nah, he was waiting for that.
That was a well-formed, well-planned. Like you know what I'm saying.
He had calculated.
That was calculated.
It wasn't the first time he went out.
Yeah, it was not the first time he
smacked
the shit out of nigga. Nah, but I mean, you know what? I always learn. I forgot who told me this. Some nigga told me like something from shit. I can't remember, but he definitely told me some shit like, yo, you can never be mad at how somebody else responds to a situation just because they didn't respond how you would
responded. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, word. Like everybody's different. Like you stepping on my sneakers, I'm a little say, all right, cool. But you step on a nigga's sneakers in jail and don't say nothing about it, you might get stabbed today. Like for real. Like it might be your last day, nigga. Like so everybody's responses is different. You know what I mean? Like you can't be upset at how some people respond. And that's how Will Smith was feeling.
Listen, everybody's like, oh my God, he smacked him. Oh my God, all the white people are
he really
like,
smacked the shit.
I can't believe he just did that.
That was top 5 slaps I ever seen in my life. I'm trying to think, who else ever got smacked that hard? Like, Nipsey smacked the shit out that security guard.
Yo, that shit was bad.
That was organic. That shit was organic because he just kept it pushing, and that was outside. He's supposed to get arrested.
Yeah, it was out. Yeah,
he just kept it pushing. R.I.P. Nip, man. Shout out to Nip, man. I was listening to some Nipsey shit, bro, from like 08, bro, and this nigga was really talking about all his masters in 03.
Really manifested. Talking about someone who manifested.
Yeah, that nigga's he's a different level. And speaking of manifesting, as you can see, I got my fingers tattooed. My shits look crazy right now. I ain't gonna lie, because this hand empty.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit look like it hurt.
Bro, this shit felt absolutely awful, but nothing's as traumatizing as my neck.
No, you told me about
my neck
that.
Tatted in Colombia was
you were like, yo, honestly, he was like, yo, I don't know how I did that.
Bro. Oh God, no, I'm telling you, like literally, when I could get my neck, bro, not for 1 second, like you know how you get a tat after a couple hours. After a couple hours, right, you start to like, okay, like
I can do this.
Here we go, like you on autopilot. Not for 1 second was that the case. like niggas is texting me. I'm on the phone on Instagram. I could not pick up my phone. I had to turn the music off. I couldn't do nothing but focus on how am I gonna make it.
I know you was crying.
I'm fighting for my fucking life, oh God, bro. Bro, I was in there really panicking. Mind you, I'm around a bunch of tat artists. They all laughing at me because they're all tatted the fuck up, and they laughing because they know it's painful. But I'm also like, I'm really like about to tear. Like I'm doing bad. I ain't gonna lie, I was down bad. But you know what I'm saying? Luckily, somehow I thugged it out through these 6.5 hours. But this was just this was 3 hours. But as you can see, I got, you probably can't see, I got backyard, you know what I'm saying, which might sound fucking wild to people. Did I ever tell you what I was going to get?
You never told me. You just said, I'm going to get my hand tied. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, nah, I got backyard. Well, I was almost going to get manifest, but that felt too, like, regular. So the whole thing between backyard is, I also, like, all right, so backyard, the whole thing is, all right, everything that I'm living through right now, everything that we've been having happen, like everything that's been manifested in these last like 10 years, it all started from when we was in the backyard of my mom's crib. We was smoking weed, and we used to say all this shit was gonna happen. Literally, we used to talk about the cars we was gonna own. We used to talk about how we were gonna level up from this thing to the next one, and keep going.
And now we really seeing it come together.
Like I remember coming to you like, yo, bro, I want to go buy a house. You should get into real estate. You were like, you know, I was thinking about doing that shit anyway. I was like, word. So get into it. And then within a year, you were a full-out agent, and I went and bought a house. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like just everything, like I said though, like
if you really, sometimes you don't even realize until you're in the moment. Then you really look back like, wow, this is shit we were speaking about ages
Exactly.
ago.
Right. Like even when I remember buying a yellow Camaro, I remember I used to have like a little yellow Lamborghini back in the day when I was a kid. Like, I was like 4 years old, still living in New York, and I used to look at this shit like, yo, I just want a yellow sports car with Lamborghini doors, and I was this close to putting Lamborghini doors on that Camaro. Not Lamborghini doors, but you know what I mean, like the shit that lift up.
The wings.
I want to do that just to have it like the toy car, but that shit ended up getting total. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I remember.
Niggas smashed my shit by a fucking stolen car in Newark, of course, but you know what I'm saying? That's
a whole nother story.
Yeah, my luck with cars has been fucking terrible. I remember my fucking Benz got stolen in Newark like a couple months ago. That was fucking legendary. Shout out to them little niggas that stole my car.
They was really on a joyride.
That was the most gangster shit I ever seen in my life, bro. I'll never forget it, bro. I'm coming out the crib. I'm about to drop my mans because my boy Vel from Atlanta was out. He was visiting me from Jersey or whatever. He had his cousins and his little brother with me, and nigga, I was gonna drop him off at like this train station or some shit. And we go outside. Me and Vel was riding around in the car all day, but we go outside. Car's not in the driveway no more.
It's like, where your car at?
Right, mind you, I had Brazilian neighbors. They had the next 3 houses over. These niggas used to party
all the time, bro.
Every fucking weekend from Thursday to Monday. The shit made no sense. I never seen niggas party like this. And you got to party on a different level to impress the Dominican. Because we party, nigga. We party every fucking weekend growing up. That's kind of why I resented going to any family functions. I'm like, yo, bro, it's Sunday. I got school tomorrow. Y'all niggas is being clearly irresponsible with my sleep schedule. Y'all don't give a fuck about me. Like, y'all got me sleeping in this room full of coats. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're Dominican, you know about the room full of coats, nigga. Niggas was like hiding sleep under the coats. But, I just drew a blank. What the fuck was I talking about?
You were talking about your car that got stolen.
My car got stolen. So yeah, I remember coming outside. These fucking Brazilians is having they're having a big ass party, and I'm like, yo, did y'all see my car move? They were like, nah. I'm like, how the fuck is 50 of y'all? Nobody saw the car move. They're like, man, we didn't even notice. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I'm like, yo, am I bugging? Like, did I park around the block? We literally walk around the block, can't find the car. Cool. At this point, I'm like, yeah, my shit is gone. Like, there's no way. This shit didn't make no sense. Mind you, the key is still in the crib. I'm like, how the fuck is the key still in the house? So I ended up realizing that I ended up calling the police and telling them like, yo, my shit stolen.
Done up.
Yeah, my shit. I don't know what happened. My shit is gone. So they end up calling me back at like this is like 3 a.m. They end up calling me back at like 11 a.m. Like, hey, we found your car. I'm like, all right. They sent me a location. My shit is parked, still on, seatbelts locked in, and fucking in somebody's backyard in Newark, like some random backyard in Newark. I'm like, how the fuck did it get here? So long story short, I get in the car, I turn on the Bluetooth, I realize that my aux isn't where it's supposed to be to connect to the music. So I'm thinking like, yo, if a nigga stole my car for however long, you know what I'm saying? You in the car for 7 hours, you have to connect to the music. You're not joyriding.
You're not about to just drive around.
Yeah, you're not listening to Hot 97.
Nah, that's what we're not doing.
So I'm like, they had to connect to the Bluetooth. They took the aux out. So I go on Bluetooth. Sure enough, 2 random ass names I've never seen before connected to my Bluetooth. And best believe they have underscores and periods in it. So I'm like, this looks like Instagram.
Those are their ad names.
Like an ad name. Why the fuck I go on Instagram, type in the first one? Immediately find out who the fuck stole my car. I'm talking about I wasn't in this car for more than 3 minutes, and I immediately found out exactly who stole my car. I knew this nigga's basketball team. I knew this nigga's high school. I knew this nigga's hood. Mind this little nigga like 16. He got mad fucking gang tags in his bio. So I'm just like, these little niggas is dangerous. Like, first and foremost, I don't think I want to say that. Because honestly, I wasn't even mad. I was honestly laughing all the time.
It's not. It wasn't even that serious.
Like, I'm like, this what happened to me, and not for nothing. When I went to go get the car was in perfect condition. Like, literally, it was fine. The only things these niggas had like black and mild guts in my backseat, potato chips and shit. So I already knew they had to be youngins. I'm like, they had to be youngins.
That's definitely.
So when I went and found their Instagram, and best believe the second name under that shit, I go to the first dude. Like I said, I'm on his pictures. Who do I see all in his comments, nigga? The nigga with the same ad name I was on the second. So I'm like, these niggas is besties.
They was really.
And I actually
really joyriding.
I felt kind of bad because I wanted to hit them up just to let them know, like, yo, y'all gotta move slicker than that.
Like, yo, y'all can't even be moving like this.
Bro, you can't even. Yeah, like, bro, a cop with and like GTA, not GTA. It's not Grand Theft Auto. Is that what? Regardless, nigga, you can't steal cars, nigga. You steal a car, you're going to jail. First offense, you're going. Like, you're going, nigga. Like, I know plenty of niggas that got arrested.
That's literally Grand Theft Auto.
Cars. Yeah, it is Grand Theft Auto.
That's a felony.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fed.
I'm like, bro, you're going to jail on the first offense. Y'all niggas ain't even trying. Like, nobody had gloves. I'm like, y'all just on some bullshit. Like, took this car, just rode around. Like, but thank God they didn't do nothing crazy, man. Shout out to them. I never mentioned them on Instagram or nothing like that because I ain't.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin these little niggas'
Nah,
futures.
it's not even that serious.
Because I'm like, if I did, like, what is me going to the police gonna do for them? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just gonna end up in jail. I really wanted to hit them just on some like, yo, bro, move smarter. Don't connect to the fucking Bluetooth. Like, don't connect to the Bluetooth, my nigga. Like, because the police report would end right there. As soon as they realize there's no damage, they're like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But if you fucked around and did some whole other shit, nigga, you would have been caught. Like, had y'all niggas did something in there, or drill or something, you know what I'm saying? Or hit somebody, y'all ass would have been done. But yeah, I realized them little niggas is in gangs and shit. I wasn't about to bother them.
Yeah,
I was like, y'all know where I live. I was like, I'm good. I'm out of here, nigga.
That makes for a great story. That's actually hilarious.
Nah, yeah, that shit was wild. I ain't gonna lie, it was funny as fuck. And the way they stole it was so like elite, because it's like, what made you just want to test this car? Because apparently my key inside my house was so close to the driveway. Like my driveway is right under my living room almost. Like doesn't really make sense.
So it was still
it was still reading as if the key was right there.
Yeah.
So they just jumped in and on some, hey, this door's unlocked, let's get up in there. So you feel me? They turned it on, and then my neighbors did tell me, they were like, yo, you know that they left your car was on for like 2 hours, and we thought it was weird. And I'm like, my car was on for 2 hours? They're like, yeah. And then it hit me. They turned it on, probably walked around the block, went to a party or something, came back, realized it was still on. They were like, whoever owns this car clearly ain't paying attention to it. We in there. Feel me? Jumped in, did they thing. Honestly, they had a great time. I hope they had a great time. Like I was mad they didn't have no stories on Instagram.
Yeah,
about this
like
shit.
you know,
I wanted to see these little niggas riding around in my stolen car. Like that shit is hilarious. Like I wish I was living like that, and getting away with shit like that. Like you know, what kind of story it is when they grow up. They're gonna be telling niggas that. Like, yo, we stole this man.
We ran around.
Like, yeah, I know these little niggas.
16 years old.
Yeah, man, but. Yeah, motherfuckers gotta watch themselves, man, because it's like you never know who car you could have stolen. There could have been 10 bricks in that shit.
Nah, you legit. You
could
never
have found
know.
100,000 in that motherfucker, and then what? Now somebody trying to kill you, and I knew exactly where they. Like I said, I knew everything about them, literally. I could have found out everything about them.
Oh, you could have been wanted, feel me? And the cops, woo woo. We've been looking for this car for a while.
Yeah, that's a fact too, man. But I mean, if you had ballsy, man, by all means. Hey, man, some niggas live life on the edge. I just never could because I was too nervous to make my dad mad, nigga.
Yeah, disappoint. Yeah, can't disappoint.
Hell no, man. That's why it's so important to have like that dominant figure, even if it's your mom or your dad or both. Hopefully it's both. But,
that good foundation. You know, that's really important.
Somebody that like makes you nervous to get in trouble, that'll help you stay out the clear. Because I'm seeing niggas get in trouble, and I was like, I don't want to do that. Like niggas' parents coming out. My man's got into a fight in the middle of the street. His mom rolled up and just decked. I think he was dead. I don't even want to mention his name, but yeah, he was definitely walking over to school, and he ran up on some nigga was trying to press him.
His mom,
boom, punched him in his shit. I'm like, oh, I've never seen that.
I ain't gonna lie, that was. Wow, you just unlocked the memory for me.
Yeah, my mom to whip my ass.
I totally forgot about that.
My mom to whip my ass, but she ain't never punched me in the face like a nigga in the streets. I'm like, damn. Like, his mom really hit this nigga like on some hood nigga shit. Like, what? Get in the car, nigga. Boom.
Yo, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Shout out to them, man. That nigga was hilarious, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. Yeah.
He was the type of nigga that steal some shit from you and help you look for it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of them niggas. I heard you got robbed.
Heard you got robbed.
Nah,
fuck heard about nigga. He's one of them niggas. Yo, let's go get them niggas, bro. Them niggas robbed you. Like, nigga, you robbed me. You robbed me. What are you talking about?
Whose beef we got?
Yeah.
Who got beef with us?
He was one of them niggas. And mind you, it was hilarious because everybody in our town would testify to that. Like, yeah, this nigga robbed every single person he was cool with. Like, you ever had this nigga in your house, he robbed you, nigga.
Oh my god.
It was fucking terrible,
bro.
Man.
I really forgot about that. Wow. That was top 5. I'm not gonna lie, that was top 5.
Yeah, you had to be there to really get it.
Holy shit. I wish I could replay this. Like, oh my gosh. I got it in my mind. It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, I be wondering, like, do kids even go home? I mean, do kids even walk home now? Like, I don't be seeing kids walking home.
Yeah, kids be. I be seeing.
See, I don't be in Tennessee no more. I've been in Newark and shit. Niggas do not walk home.
Yeah.
Unless you live very close. You know what I'm saying? But
we used to walk everywhere, bro. Troop everywhere.
Bro, I remember I rode a bike from Jersey to New York somehow. I didn't cross the bridge, nothing. I just knew I looked up and we was in New York. And I was like, how the fuck did we get here? Literally, I just followed. If you know Knickerbocker Road and it starts in like Englewood, it goes all the way to fucking like
upstate.
Yeah, upstate New York by like Dominican College and shit or whatever that school is called.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that time.
I know I rode a bike 3 hours later. Yeah, we was on a mission for some weed too.
Yeah, it was raining that day. I remember that day.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Remember?
I remember that day.
Embarrassing, but do you remember we used to dad smoke brown paper bags?
Bro, we was
niggas ain't had no roll up. Niggas was smoking brown paper bags.
We used to go to KFC like, yo, y'all got extra bags?
Yo, faithfully though. I can't even mention that. Remember that one time? Remember that rapper gave us Dutchess? We was posting up on the stuff.
Yo.
All I'm saying, shout out to Dipset. They used to stay in the studio right in Bergenfield, right by our cribs and shit. So shout out to Dipset. I'm not gonna put no names out there, but yeah.
What were we 16 at the time?
What, nigga? We was like 15? 14, nigga. He was in 8th grade. Base Shots was like 6th grade, 7th grade. No boy. He looked 10. We looked 13 because we was 13, and he looked 10. And that nigga gave us free Dutchess, and we thought we
thought we was lit, and them shits was all stale.
Nah, they was in a prime, man. Shout out to Dipset too, man. I be talking about like how they're definitely top like 5 most influential movements like in hip hop.
Absolutely. Like as far as the Dipset movement,
bro. I remember Dipset.
The Harlem,
bro. The fact that Cam had niggas thinking Pink was cool. Jim Jones had niggas thinking dirty braids was
Yo,
cool.
the Jim Jones braids,
and
like
Joel's had niggas. It's all skinny niggas had bandanas.
Listen,
on their head.
the sideways bandanas, like
Yo, bro,
nah,
that was a
the
time
influence
period.
was crazy. That was crazy.
It was an influence you can see. Cause I was debating with like, yo, was G Unit more influential than Dipset? But it's like I feel like Dipset's characters had more. They each had their own thing
style
that was more established than each individual member of G Unit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Buck had a couple hits. You know what I'm saying? Lloyd
Banks was my guy. Banks was my guy.
Banks was that nigga. But 50 was
Absolutely.
definitely like outshining by a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like each top 3 niggas in Dipset, each one of them niggas had their own
little flow
like,
shit.
right,
Yeah.
Cam definitely was the beginning. He set it off. He was the biggest. Cool. Then came out of nowhere. Joel was just a young nigga, 18, 19, bugging, killing everything. You feel me? Then he linked up with Weezy and he went on a crazy run. You know what I'm saying?
I can't feel my face.
Right.
Like,
but then when you think about it, nigga, Jim Jones might have the biggest hit out of all of them. Literally, Ballin' is gonna be a song they're gonna play for the next 1,000 years.
You're right.
Like literally, Ballin', they're gonna be playing that shit forever. Like any winning atmosphere, when it's like any championship of any sort with with any ball involved, they're playing Ballin' by Jim Jones.
You're right.
Like forever.
That has become a standard.
That song, that's like T-Pain Win. Like all I do is win. That song will never go old. That song is established forever. Like. People gotta get into them hits. Shit, you gonna make one of those, nigga. You go for life.
Just like Wiz, that song Wiz got.
Black and Yellow.
No.
It's been a long.
That shit right there. Talk about standards.
Fast and Furious shit. Bro, you know I was like the most viewed video on YouTube for like a couple years. She got billions of views.
Wiz could retire on that song.
Bro, that shit has billions, multiple billions.
You make that standard.
I remember getting 1 million views was crazy. Then 10 million, then 100 million. Now 1 billion is like standard. Like if you a Spanish artist, especially them niggas be going crazy on the views. Like them the Bad Bunny and J Balvin. And I don't even know the rest of these niggas. Ozuna, right? All them niggas. They numbers are fucking ridiculous. But it makes sense though, because Spanish is
it's a whole.
When you think about rap, the main like rap consumer is these 400 million people in America. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely plenty of people outside of that, but not to the. There's only how many rappers that really their sound travels overseas that are actually big overseas, like a Drake. You know what I'm saying? Where he can
transcend America.
Yeah, like Drake can't walk around the UK. He can't walk around in China. He can't walk around nowhere without people recognizing him. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many of those.
Yeah,
kind of
there's a
artists.
handful.
You know what I'm saying?
But
now when it comes to
Latin
Spanish,
America?
it'd be a Puerto Rican artist. He's that nigga in DR. He's that nigga in fucking Cuba, in Colombia.
That's a fact.
He can go to literally 20 different countries that speak Spanish. Like it's not the same where America.
America
is just 400 million people that are right here, and shit, half of America don't even speak English. Low key, half of motherfuckers speak Spanish. They say Spanish is gonna be the most dominant language in America.
I can see that
in the near future. I don't know how many years they said, but in the near future, Spanish is going to be the most spoken language in America.
That doesn't even surprise me.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, but that's why those Latin artists take off. And Spanish music also it has like it's all like a rhythm. It's not where like rap has like an emotion to it that make us. I mean, they do that with Spanish, but they should be so club heavy. Like everything is club worthy because it's almost the same cadences and beats. You know what I'm saying? It's very similar beats, but it's all club worthy. So that shit streams way more.
Right. You don't even gotta know what they saying. It don't even matter.
And the thing people forget is like when it comes to your demographic, these Spanish artists they perform for the Spanish audiences that are normally third world countries, and they can't afford Apple Music and none of that shit. So they're on YouTube listening to this shit for free.
That's a fact.
So that's why YouTube will do billions of views.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because they're replaying that shit all day. They only know 5 songs.
I ain't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. These motherfuckers walking around on their phones on YouTube. Cause remember when we was in Jamaica, what was my son named? Fuck, I forgot. My young boy, the nigga we met out there, we had him playing football for the first time.
Oh, damn.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. I forgot his name.
Listen, I know his name started with a K. I feel like his name was Kevin or whatever, but I mean, he was there hitting me up. We spoke for like probably a couple months after that, like randomly on Instagram.
Too,
but I remember he was playing music to us strictly from YouTube, and I'm like, this is
really made
because they had like an unlimited plan that became more of a thing. Like I remember having prepaid Wi-Fi in DR. Like I remember I used to go out there. We used to have to buy a fucking card to get Wi-Fi for like an hour. Like for real, that's shit,
tough. I ain't even heard of that before.
That was we already had internet running and booming out here by the time I was out there. Like niggas had sidekicks and shit. We were on AIM, walking around with mobile internet. Out there, you had to go to an internet cafe in 2005, 2006. Like there was nowhere near
internet cafes.
Yeah, internet cafe. We used to own one actually. My mom used to own. That was part of her business was an internet cafe too.
I
They did everything out that motherfucker. It got to a point where we had a barbershop in that motherfucker. So listen, there's one thing about motherfucking minorities. We gonna try to mix every business in one location, nigga. Motherfuckers is in there doing lashes. Motherfuckers, they had an after school program in that shit. It turned into a T-Mobile store. Motherfuckers were selling cell phones, haircuts, lashes. There was a lot going on in there. I ain't gonna lie. All that.
This was in Queens.
Yeah, it was in Queens because they ended up buying they ended up renting out the store next to them too. So they had 2 locations right next to each other, and one was a T-Mobile store / after school mad shit, nigga, / everything. Motherfucker. They was in there doing taxes, all types of shit.
Bro, you get your taxes done.
And they was selling fake iPhones. Nigga, my first iPhone was fake as fuck. I didn't even know that. Well, correction, my second iPhone was fake as fuck. My first iPhone was actually legendary because it introduced me to Wiz Khalifa somehow. My man's ended up. Shout out to Ty Campbell. Listen, Ty, my brother. Listen,
Yo, Ty, shout out to Ty.
Ty, Ty is a real important part to my story. I ain't gonna lie, because the first 2 years that I was tattooing, I was doing them shits for free, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
I remember
and Ty
that.
was in and out of this juvenile jail shit where they would like let him home for the weekend, but he would work while he was in jail. And he's 13, 14 years old, coming home with $40, $50. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm 15, like, yo, I'll take whatever for a tattoo. I was actually telling him, like, yo, I don't even want to tattoo, bro. Like, I'm trash. Like, I'm good. I don't want to fuck your armor. He'd be like, bro, here, just take this money. He'll give me $20, $40. Like, yo, here. And then we would go buy double weed or some shit and try to go get a bottle from a crackhead, like, go in the store for us, play Hey Mister and shit like that. I'm 15 years old, we don't know no better. This nigga just trying to enjoy his time in jail, in and out of jail.
While he's home.
He did that shit every weekend. So every weekend I'm practicing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting a little $20, $40. That shit felt like everything to me. But I say that to mention Ty because fucking him making me do that, it made me slowly get better. I was slowly getting better. And then I don't know why I keep jumping.
Talking about Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, okay, boo. So he had a cell phone that he had found, or something found. So he had a cell phone he had found, and he was trying to sell it. I ended up using the cell phone for the day. I was listening to Wiz Khalifa, Jadakiss, mad shit that was on his phone already. And then as I'm listening to it, The Weeknd was on his phone, mad shit I never heard before. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. You feel me? It's my first iPhone. That's what I'm talking about, the first iPhone. So I'm like, yo, whatever this music is, this shit is fire. Somehow, by the end of that day, I dropped the phone, break it. Now I gotta buy it. You feel me? Because now I feel bad. This nigga trying to go back home with it. He's trying to make sure he could tuck some money away. He wanted like $90. I gave him the $90. I'm like, yo, here, bro, my fault. You feel me? I bought the phone, kept the phone, and I studied that music like it was everything. Like literally after, like within like a week, I was the biggest Wiz Khalifa fan. I was in Mad Fabulous was on that phone, and I just remember when I got my second iPhone, I went to go fix the screen, and they were like, have you fixed the screen before? I was like, nah. They were like, this is a fake screen. I'm like, how's it a fake screen?
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, I'm like, how's it a fake screen? And they were like, actually, they took the back off. They were like, this whole phone is fake. I'm like, what? Mind you, I was using that shit for a minute. I'm like, how you got a fake iPhone? So that's how I discovered my mom selling fake iPhones. I'm on them. Definitely was selling the fake iPhones. I don't know how.
They was getting it. They was getting it.
Nigga, what? Niggas don't care. But what I realized is, yo, bro, they know how to fake some shit because that shit was working like a perfect iPhone.
Yo, honestly, they can fake everything now.
Yeah, for real.
You never really know.
I be on Canal looking at all the fucking Louis bags and all type of Hermes and Gucci, and they getting that shit off. It be a line of motherfuckers lined up in all walks of life too. It be folks that look rich as fuck. Like you would think. But you know what though? It's like
it's the illusion.
It's the illusion, exactly. And it's actually almost it's even more gangster that you rich and you went and bought some fake shit.
That reminds
like,
me.
Nigga, I can afford this.
That reminds me of Chad Ochocinco.
Oh yeah,
Chad
yeah.
Ochocinco.
That's actually my
NFL player. Mm-hmm. He walked into class. He said, "See, I bought his earrings for $10, and just because I'm Chad Ochocinco, everybody thinks they real.
Everybody thinks they 50,000. Nah. That's really how you play the game though, bro. That's how you definitely win that game because it's like you said, people already know you. So what the fuck I need to flex for? Why would I really spend 50 bands on this? That's fucking stupid. I spend $10 because I'm gonna lose these regardless. The nigga's an athlete. He's running around all day with these shits on. So you know you're gonna drop these shits.
So for him, it was about the illusion. Everybody knows who I am, so everyone gonna think these are actually real.
Ocho Cinco is actually my favorite football player of all time.
I remember that.
Like still to this day, like he's one of my biggest influence because I love the way he played the game and the way he treated like the way he. His finesse.
He had so much fun,
and he had so much fun with it. And he played with so much confidence, and like he was like he knew he wasn't the prettiest motherfucker, but he would talk like it. You know what I'm saying? Like he would talk like I'm beautiful on this field. Y'all niggas can't look at me.
His route running was immaculate. Like
his
feet were crazy.
Yeah, and beyond that too, it's like man, he was the underdog too. Like
for
6th
real.
round pick from like Oregon.
Bro, he was 190 pounds,
or some shit like that.
185 pounds.
Yeah, for real. And that motherfucker, man, I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame just because of the strength of who he is. His numbers might not try to give it to him, whatever. But nigga, shout out to Ocho Cinco.
He's in the Hood Hall of Fame. He's in the Hood Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's
absolutely.
Yeah, him and Mike
ballot.
Vick. Matter of fact, Mike Vick might not make it to the Hall. He's not making it to the Hall of Fame.
Nah.
Nah, he's in the Hall of Fame for life, though. Fuck all that. What?
Hood Hall of Fame.
What? Y'all just thought about that. Mike Vick dead not going to Hall of Fame. Mike Vick, bro, he changed the game.
Legit. Everybody wanted to wear number 7 after that. All black quarterbacks.
Bro, what? Everybody wanted to be a quarterback after that. Before it was running back. Everybody wanted to be a running back. And Mike Vick changed that whole shit, man. I remember they did Vick dirty, though. The fact they get that nigga 2.5 years for killing a fucking dog. Like, shout out to dogs. We love dogs. But, like, bro, there's people who literally get probation for killing humans. Like, motherfuckers hitting runs and shit. Like, I know motherfuckers. Nigga, I think Debbie Henderson from the New Orleans Saints got probation for killing somebody. No, it was Dante Stallworth.
He
was in the NFL the next year. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I'm like, why they did Vic so dirty? But they just wanted, he was a bigger.
Listen, he was the scapegoat.
They wanted to make a lesson out of him. And mind you, I remember watching the documentary on Mike Vick, bro. The guidelines, the mandatory maximum, not mandatory maximum, but the maximum for that crime was like 18 months. They gave that nigga extra like 8 just to prove a point, just to make an example out of him.
And Michael Vick was actually, after he got out, he's the first player to have $200 million contracts for 2 different teams.
That's tough.
Because he got one for the Falcons and he got one for the Eagles.
That's tough. But
first player.
That's crazy that $100 million used to be a lot, and now niggas is laughing at that. That's crazy. Stephon Diggs. Shout out to Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
That nigga just signed 4 years, $104 million. He's $26 million a year, bro.
Yo, Tyreek Hill is up.
Bro,
up.
Wait, Tyreek Hill got 30 a year?
Something like that.
Did. He got 120.
Something like that.
Yo, bro, listen.
To live in the Yams, to live in Miami.
Listen, if you playing football, my nigga, I suggest you go play wide receiver. Nah, because I be thinking about like taking hits, right? Like, if you a running back, right? For example, a running back, first of all, the highest paid running back right now is getting what, like 18 million a year, 20 million a year, maybe? You know what I'm saying? You're already making like 40% less than what the highest paid receiver gets. Cool. If you were the highest paid running back, you're guaranteed to get 300-400 touches a year, rather it be just carries and receptions. You're going to get them 400 touches. Cool. Out them 400 touches, almost all of them, you're running directly into a pile of motherfuckers that's 6'5", 300 pounds, way bigger, stronger than you. Cool. All right? That's one thing. You're going to get tackled out of them 400 times, what, at least 250, 200, 250, because you're going to run out of bounds. You might fall. You know what I'm saying? You might not really get hit hard, cool, but you're going to get stomped the fuck in like a good 200 times. You know what I'm saying?
The career span is a lot less,
That's
bro.
in one season. Now, a nigga like Stephon Diggs get 100 receptions in a season. First of all, he's getting hit the majority of those times by niggas that's his size, corners and safeties. He's very rarely going to run across the middle, get smacked by a linebacker, and if he does, that might happen 10, 20 times this season, at most. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the time, they play on the sideline so they can go out of bounds almost all the time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, he'll get 100 receptions, and he might get hit for real, like hard, 30, 40 times this year, as opposed to 200, 250 by Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey or somebody like that.
And those are the ones who are little.
So listen, man, if you out there, you a young nigga playing football, focus up on playing receiver, because they're getting the bag right now. Listen, I never thought I'd see a receiver getting 30, 26, 30 million. That's fucking crazy. Devontae Adams, 28 million.
Think about it. They get game checks. There's 17 games.
Bro,
divide that by 17, they get game checks.
Oh shit! That's like 1 point something a game.
Think about that.
That's tough.
That's $250,000 a quarter.
But that's
think about it.
That's more than $250,000 a quarter. They're getting like 400,000 a quarter. They're getting 1 point something. Because if you're getting 30 mil in 17 games, that's almost 34 mil would be $2 million a game.
That's $2 million a game with 34.
So I'm saying, a little bit under that. So they literally got like 1.7, 1 point.
So at 34, that'd be $500,000 a quarter.
Shit.
Yo.
And they're not even getting, they might touch the ball. A good game for receivers, 8 receptions. If you get 6 receptions, you did your thing. What? 10 receptions? What? And you about to make 1.8? Nigga, you making like 180 bands of catch. That's tough. That's tough.
Shout out to them though.
Nah, shout out to them. And the dope part is that I remember my man, shout out my boy Juwan Winfrey. He on the Packers right now. He used to play for Maryland, and he was actually roommates with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember him telling me like, "Yo, his man's is a beast. His man's a problem." But I didn't realize Stephon Diggs was like the #1 receiver in his class.
Bro,
he went to Maryland because he's from Maryland.
Yes,
but he had all these offers. Yeah,
because
when I heard his brother went to Bama, I'm like, his brother must have been better than him coming out of high school. But that wasn't even the case. His brother was just like, I'm gonna go this route because Stephon Diggs went to Maryland and did what? Came out a 5th round pick.
And the fact that Stephon Diggs was a 5th round pick is...
Bro, fuck all that. Did you know Deebo Samuel's on a rookie contract making like $1.5 million a season?
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I looked it up yesterday. I was like, dog, I see why niggas hold out.
Yeah,
what?
like why am I...
I just had 160 touches this year. Tyreek Hill getting 30 mil.
Yo, he had 500 rushing yards this year.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. With like 1,100 receiving yards. And think about that. It's like, bro, if if you're Debo Samuels and literally, we just did the math, they're getting more per game than he's getting for the whole season. And he's touching the ball almost twice as much. And if not twice as much, he's doing what I was just talking about, what a running back would do is he's getting 500 carries because, he's getting 500 rushing yards because he's getting 100 carries this season. He's going to touch the ball 80 times out the backfield. Like, what? That's disrespectful. Listen, Debo, if you're listening out there, I know you're not yet. Get that fucking bag.
Get that bag.
I see why niggas be feeling so disrespected. Because it's like, bro, I'm better than that. Like Devontae Adams and all that, they might be better receivers. Tyreek Hill might be a better receiver than Debo Samuel if you want to break it down like receiver. But like, Debo Samuel is way more important. He does way more for this offense. He's the Swiss Army of this offense. He's what Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey are. Just that he's a receiver on paper.
And think about, they say Lamar holding out for a new contract. He not even. Deshaun Watson got 200 guaranteed.
240 guaranteed. Was it a 230 or something?
Something like that. Guaranteed. Fully guaranteed.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them athletes out there getting a bag. And that goes back to, listen, we got to start this fucking camp in DR so that we can start building, we got to start building this fucking, this overseas baseball fucking academy. I'm telling you, bro. I'm working on it. Because I actually knew a couple young niggas. My man's cousin got drafted by the Red Sox when he was 16. And he was like, he was 6. I don't know if he was really 16 because he was from the island. And
So
niggas be faking their paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm jacking a nigga was 19. Because I ain't gonna lie, the nigga was like 6'5", 190, like already, 16 years old. And he was pitching, throwing like 95 as a 16-year-old. So they ended up signing him to the Red Sox for, I think it was like 1.8 mil. And I just be thinking like, bro, not everybody got to be LeBron. Not every contract got to be Patrick Mahomes.
No, that's what people don't realize.
You get 15% of 1.8 mil, man. That's almost 300K. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that 300, and plus that 300K, you take that and reinvest it into the school. Now you can help so many more kids that are coming in that bring them through the program, because it's not like you're charging these kids any tuition and you give them an A1 foundation, A1 program, and it's like you're actually giving back to the community. It's not like you're just trying to farm these kids into these leagues just so you can make money off them. Like, nah, I want to give these kids opportunities that they wouldn't get. You know what I'm saying? Give them free school.
You know, it's funny. That's shout out Brian Walker, shout out B Walk. We were talking about agencies because he's already plugged in with that.
See, like we was
already talking about that.
Listen, you got to move where the big money moves, man. You got to do it. That's why these fucking labels are so smart, bro. Why you think that when these labels is out here paying a motherfucker $5 million in advance, do you know how much they're making off you?
Yo,
if they're not making 10x that, they don't even consider you.
Why would they even shell out money to you if they're not making that 10 times over?
Yeah, literally.
You're literally an investment to them.
Yeah, the rule of a street hustle is just you better make sure you double up. Them niggas be on 10x timing, if not more than that sometimes, for real. And it's because they know that you need them more than they need you. You know what I'm saying? It's ill, but that's why also like I've been listening a lot to like people being independent and keeping their masters and how much money they make off their royalties. Like, did you know Outkast owned their royalties this whole time? Like, bro, they went diamond and a half. And they own that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, diamond and a half. For people who don't know, diamond means you sold 10 mil.
10 million.
They sold 15 fucking million off of I think it was was it Stankonia or no, I think it was the Love Box and the Love Below X speaker box.
Love Below.
Bro, 15 fucking million. And then I think, bro, at a minimum of what? Let's say 10 an album. That's $150 million, nigga. 10 an album. $150 million.
Yeah, shout out to Outkast.
Bro, that's why you see Andre 3000 outside playing the flute and shit, walking around Philadelphia, bugged out.
Because he
don't gotta work no more. He don't gotta do shit. You don't gotta do shit. If you didn't, bro, you go platinum and you own that? What? $10 a pop. I mean, you're gonna split with the producers, but and mind you, they was selling albums when albums was $18 and shit. Especially if they was coming with you was coming with a deluxe. Your shit was two albums in one.
Legit.
You putting 40 songs on this tape? Best believe that was back when nigga albums was $23, $25 and shit. Like literally, that was a time period.
And that's why I believe, when it comes to schooling, that we got to teach our kids about contracts.
Nah, word. I didn't even. That's a hell of a thing.
And I'm not saying they got to be lawyers. They got to learn something about the laws as well.
Nah, word.
You know, because you got to think about it. When you're young, and you're just hungry, and you just want to make it so bad, you can get in a fucked up situation, sign your life away, not even realize it until later on. You know, you just want to make it so bad, you're not even really looking at what the details of it is. But if You got that education behind you.
Nah, 1,000%. You know, talking about what people should be teaching in school, man. I've been thinking about going back to the primary school LeBron got. Bro, they teach electives. Like, they literally teach electives in the school that are side hustles. Like, they're teaching kids how to cut hair on Fridays. Like, if you want to learn how to cut hair, they have a class for that. If you want to do nails, they have a class for that in school. And they dedicate a whole, like, period, like how we would do gym and art and all that. They dedicate a whole period to that. And they have volunteers and shit, people who bring themselves or their relatives. Like, your uncle can come and get a haircut from you if you want to practice. Like, they have, if not, they'll find somebody that'll be willing to let you practice or have somebody's mom sign off. You know what I'm saying? But like that shit is
that is amazing.
Level.
That is real, and that's something that we should have in all the schools.
Bro, that shit it's just different, bro. They're breaking the rules, and that's like, yo, bro. A lot of people say Kanye's losing his fucking mind, bro. Kanye is onto some shit. Kanye, Akon, their whole idea of building a city and all that shit, bro. They're dead ass, bro. Hey, I was actually on the way here because I had went to Trenton earlier, and I'm looking around Trenton, and I be thinking like, how do these random like mid-rise, high-rises get in these little like piss poor middle of the fucking state cities? Like, nobody's gonna be traveling to Trenton. That shit is an hour from everything. It's an hour from Philly. It's an hour from New York. It's an hour from anything that's important. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta create what's important.
Exactly. People be moving to places like fucking what school did you go? I mean, what was the town that you went to school? Bethlehem or something?
Allentown.
Allentown. Okay, Allentown. Like, people move to these random places in the middle of Pennsylvania and start building these cities because they're trying to build that city. They're trying to make it their own. They want to build their own New York City.
If you're in the ground floor of that.
Yeah, so when people move out to these cities, like, they have such a vision. I need that. I have that kind of ambition where I'm looking out into and I'm like, yo, I need to own a building here.
You see it before it's there. You see it before before it's there. Because once it's there, guess what? Now it's expensive.
Yeah,
you want to get on the ground floor.
But it is kind of crazy though, because some of those towns fall before they ever rise.
Yeah,
like you look at like Newark, for example. Newark was set to be a city that's holding 1 million people, or 1 million people plus. It's meant to hold 1 million people in the population. But in the late '90s, it got up to 900,000. But then all the riots and all the shit that was going on,
and
everybody started running out. Nigga, there's only like 230,000 people in Newark right now. That's why it looks like an abandoned city, because it was meant for a mill. It's literally only a quarter of it is actually populated.
And Newark's on the rise right now.
Newark is really because the pandemic, not for nothing, it let everybody realize like we don't need to work from the office no more, so we don't need to live close to this building in the middle of New York City, so we out across the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out that way. I'll work from
I can attest to that. And being in real estate, I got so many clients coming over the bridge.
Hell yeah. And people also like don't realize, like, yo, bro, I was looking at an apartment in New York City just for shits and giggles. I was like, let me see what Hudson Yards looks like. Bro, they want $4,800 for a 1-bedroom, nigga. No walk-in closet, stand-in shower. Bro, 700 square feet is $5,000 in New York City right now. In Hudson Yards, of course, but like no parking, no nothing.
Out of pocket.
Yo, bro, out of fucking pocket.
Out of pocket.
Yo, out of fucking pocket. And then they had studios starting at like $38,000. I mean, $3,800. It was $4,800 for a 1-bedroom, $3,800 for a studio. So you telling me 4 walls, my kitchen and my bathroom are all in the same place as my bed, and you about to tell me $4,000 a month? You gotta be fucking shitting.
You out of your fucking mind.
But that's why people went right.
And that's why. That's why there's the inflow. They realize, wow, I can still, even if I'm not working from home, I can still commute.
Yeah, the commute's not bad. Like, where we from is 5 minutes from New York City.
I know.
So, like, without traffic, with traffic, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And like,
and now I can own something instead of renting.
Yeah, that's another thing motherfuckers has been learning. Like, people in New York City be paying rent, and I be so confused. Like, when people live in the hood, like living in Harlem, I'm like, how are you in the trenches, but your rent is so like expensive? I don't even understand how that's possible.
They be having rent control.
Yeah,
they've been there for so long. Yeah, rent control.
Exactly. They be having rent control, but that shit is mind blowing too. Cause it's like you go to Harlem, and it's like, nigga, you don't know where you at, cause it'll be literally a whole group of bitches that's walking down the street. They're all from Denver, and then it's like you might get shot
so
by
weird,
a nigga in front of Trader Joe's. It's like I don't know where the fuck I'm at.
Trader Joe's.
Literally, you get boomed at Whole Foods in the middle of Harlem. Like, you don't know where you at, nigga. Like, it's very confusing. Like, you might see some German foreign exchange students walking down your block, and it's like, nigga, we down here playing CeeLo. What the fuck y'all doing? Why y'all at the bodega with us? Like,
the dynamic is crazy.
The dynamic is fucking crazy, but it's like those people are paying $5,000 a month for a 1-2 bedroom, and then they live right next door to your local hood drug dealer or some shit, and they rent control. They paying $1,200 a month on that shit. Yo, that shit is mixed in New York City.
It's a weird conglomerate right now.
Even the rich areas, like in Hudson Yards, all those buildings have a low income percentage. Like there's a percentage of that building that's low income. I learned about that shit.
You have to you have to legally.
Yeah, but it's really a loophole for some tax shit that I heard about.
That's what they always. Yeah, if a certain percent of your building is low income, you get a tax break for it.
Yeah.
That's what it always is. It's always about money.
It's always
all
about
money, bro.
Nah,
At the end of the day,
that shit is beautiful to watch though. When I be hearing about, oh, this nigga bought an apartment in New York City for 90 million. 5 years later, it's worth 140, and it's like, God damn it, that's the most gangster shit I ever heard.
Bro. Listen, they're building right now. They're building a building near not Times Square, near Central Park, and you know the dimensions of a ruler, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know how a ruler is very long.
Yeah.
And it's not that wide.
Yeah.
It's compared to a ruler. Like the apartment building, there's one apartment on each floor.
What?
Yo, they talking
just long as fuck.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
I
a
think
long
I know what you're
ass.
talking
Yes, bro. Penthouse, you're talking 60 M's. The regular apartments, they're talking like 4 M's.
But it's because, listen, people gotta understand, like, when you that rich, bro, you gotta store your money somewhere that's gonna grow.
Exactly.
Because it's like you're gonna put it in the bank and they're gonna give you what, 1 or 2% interest a year, which is great. You can put what, 2% interest on $100 million is what it's gonna be like $2 million. Cool, you can make that in a year, or you can store that shit, buy $100 million crib. The shit gets appraised 5 years later for $160 million. Now you made $60 million in the last 5 years, and you divide that's $12 million a year instead of the $2 million a year you would have got. And on top of the fact that your money's not FDIC insured over $250,000 when you put it in the bank. So it's like, if all shit goes to hell, nigga, your $100 million just turned into $250,000, and now you got to go kill yourself because how the fuck am I getting my money back, nigga? You feel me? So these rich motherfuckers, that's why motherfuckers buy rich and mills and buying all kinds of $1 million assets, is because it's like this a whole value more than my money will because of inflation.
Or rather than I gotta pay this money in taxes, so I might as well.
That's another thing. Hell yeah.
That's why towards the fall is when most rich people buy all their cars.
Whoa. Hold on. Towards the fall is when, I just realized what time it was. But hold on, real quick. Towards the fall.
That's when all the rich people buy their cars, because it's around tax time. You know, their accountant's like, you made too much money this year, so you got to get rid of it. That's what people don't even realize. They get a company car every year. They just start spending crazy.
Oh man, you just fucked my head up. But listen, man, we waiting to get to that level because that's coming soon. Listen, we looking for all the tax loopholes. You know what I'm saying? If you're a tax attorney, listen, holla at me. Let me know what's going on. But listen, this has been episode 6 of the Free Gems podcast.
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
We kind of just went real organic today, man. Shout out to my co-host K Cinco. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ed right here, family, doing this thing.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe and do all that great shit. And y'all have a great rest of y'all day, man. God bless.
A lot more coming soon.